The mirror principle is one of the most important ideas to understand at a deep level and to apply consistently in accordance to when it comes to reality creation. And this is because it is based on some of the core fundamental principles of the universe and how life works. And when you understand the mirror principle, you can tap into these principles and get them working for you instead of against you. When you start to learn the mirror principle and you start to master it by putting it into application, applying it in practical ways, you start to literally become the creator of your reality. And you get to start doing this in a very predictable way that doesn't seem random, but where you do specific things and you get specific outcomes because you did those things. Essentially, you'll be able to predict the effects that you create from the causes that you set in motion. In today's video, I'm going to be going over what the mirror principle is at a deeper level, how you can start getting this to work in your life powerfully, and I'm of course going to give you some tools and next steps that can take this to the next level so there's no confusion and it's very clear on what you can do. Let's jump into it. Now, the reason I always talk so highly about the mirror principle because it's one of those fundamental laws of the universe, of life, that has changed my life rapidly. I learned about it a while ago, kind of in my mid-20s, and it was around the age of 26 that it really just catapulted my life into an almost new reality, where I was able to really do things within my inner world to have that reflection in my outer. You know, it allowed me at that age to move to a completely new country and to really build what I needed in the inner world to allow for that to happen, to build a business while I was traveling and going to all these different beautiful places, to attracting in, the perfect partner for me who I'm still with and we're just unfolding in magical and beautiful ways, to having more freedom and peace in my life than I'd ever experienced before, and to continually build on that to this day. To this day now, we still have so many more coming through, with my business thriving and us making way more money through the business, for example, with us being able to move into our dream home and go to even more beautiful locations, being able to have a bigger impact. So much of this I attribute to learning the mirror principle and really learning how to apply it. And this and more is absolutely available to you when you learn how to use the mirror principle properly, when you actually learn it at a deep level, and once you start to actually apply it in practical ways. So I'm going to be going over how it works, but not just giving you fluffy language and things that sound nice, which you may see in other things, but actually give you practical steps on how to apply this crucial core principle of the universe. Because the mirror principle is acting out in your life every second. It's just about whether you want to intentionally work with it in ways that benefit you, or you want to allow it to continue to be random and present you with more things you probably don't want. So at its core, the mirror principle essentially states that the outer world, that is physical reality, the world we interact with the five senses, follows the inner world being more the spiritual and mental world. Now, what that means ultimately is that the outer world you are seeing is actually a reflection of what you've been maintaining in the inner world, thus the mirror principle. It is a mirror image of whatever you have been doing in the inner world. It is essentially the effect of the causes you have been engaging with in your inner realm. Now you may think, well, why is that the case? Why is it that what I do on the inner world, you may be the first time you're hearing this or even wondering what that is, and we'll cover that, but why is it what happens in my inner world influences what happens in my outer world? Well, actually, the biggest reason for this, and this is a scientifically proven fact, is that most of reality that you are aware of even is actually not physical matter reality. You see, physical matter reality accounts for about 0.00001% of what's actually out there, where the rest of it is empty space or energy, and that makes up 99.999999% of reality. That empty space energy is what we cultivate in the inner world, in the inner realm, the thing beyond the seen or the unseen world. This is our spiritual side of us. This is our mental side of us. If you know Hermetic wisdom, you know that there are three planes of existence that are often talked about. Yes, we have the physical realm, which we're looking around right now, that we perceive with our five senses and is formed and comes to us and we can perceive it through those five senses in multiple ways, but it is limited to those five senses. And then there are realms beyond that known as the mental realm, which you can imagine is your thoughts, is what you can do with your mind. You know, the universe is mental. It's a massive part of this. And the spiritual realm, which we can equate mainly to energy, vibration, frequency, and similar things. But you have these three realms in correspondence, and there very much is a hierarchy in something happening on one influencing the other. Now, they all affect and influence each other, but ultimately, physical reality is actually of a like kind to what you find in the spiritual realm. So we can call it energy. So energy is actually a like kind to the physical. Everything you see in this physical world is actually condensed energy. If we were to look at anything, you could choose anything in this room, you could look at yourself, at me, and we put it under the right scientific tools, you would actually see that we're vibrating, that we're not physical in the way that we believe it at all. In fact, we are just energy condensed, vibrating very densely in place, but still energy. Now, the only reason I mention this is to impress upon you the importance of understanding that all of this is coming from the inner world of energy and also of the mental plane of existence. Now, that's important to understand because it means that your thoughts are crucial to creating reality. The energy, or we can call it emotion, energy in motion, that you entertain more often than not is crucial in how you create reality. The visualizations, the image you have in your mind throughout the day is crucial to how you create reality, because those are the things combined that lead to the reflection that you see in the physical world. Essentially, to put it in this way, the causes you create and entertain and stick to consistently on the spiritual and mental planes of existence will reflect on the physical plane. You will have to receive back on the physical similar manifestations, opportunities, events, people that correspond to what you've been doing on the spiritual and mental planes. The outer world, the physical world, follows the inner world. One of my favorite ways of putting this, and that I love to quote, is that the outer world is simply your energetic history, because it takes a bit of time from energy to turn into what we call matter, because it's a more dense form of vibration. You need to focus on.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Looks like we got 4 out of 5 trades won, just one loss. So that was a pretty good session. That was about 7 or 8 minutes. So thanks for watching. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Check out this guy here if you like the mirror principle. I haven't even watched this whole video. I just kind of came across it. So David McEwen. So yeah, cheers everybody. Stay safe, have fun. Peace.